Hey everybody, and welcome back to SCP Containment Breach. Last time... Forgetting what we did last time. Oh yeah, we checked out the rest of the heavy containment zone, including SCP's 008, among a couple others that I can't remember at the moment. We went to see a bunch more 914 recipes, because that's the main feature of every single episode now. And we ended off by checking out SCP-106's Pocket Dimension at last. This time, we got one zone remaining at the facility to explore. And I don't know about you, but I got a strong feeling it's gonna have the entrance to this place. Let's go inside. Jish, you gotta have a level 5 key card plus 008 recontained in order to open this. You've been seeing this facility so far and you're wondering, where's all the things for humans to work with? Here is your answer. This place... Are you fucking serious? This place is where all of the offices are. It's also just such a very cool place. Very nice and quiet. And, yeah, I'll get more on that as we go.
Mobile Task Force Unit Epsilon 11, designated Nine-Tailed Fox, has entered the facility. All remaining survivors are advised to stay in the evacuation shelter or any other safe area until the unit has secured the facility. We'll start escorting personnel out when the escaped SCPs have been recontained.
The Mobile Task Force have entered. Guess what they do to stray Class Ds like us? I'm gonna go the other direction. How about that? Let's put on the night vision goggles so that we can actually see in this place. It's pretty dark. And we also need to watch out for SCP-966. Those guys are not gonna be friendly if they encounter us. In fact, let me go take a look, because I actually doubt I'm gonna get a proper look in the future. Yep. That's a soldier, alright, wielding an assault rifle. Hi. Now, what are your thoughts on this situation? Yeah, I know, right? Aren't they terrifying? They might shoot you too. You better hide yourself. I mean, what did I expect, really? Upon them shooting you, they will hit a random part of your body. It can be your torso, one of your arms or legs, or your head. If it's your head, you just die immediately. Subject D9341, terminated by Nine-Tailed Fox. It's probably the death message with the least amount of info in it, but that makes sense, because there's not a whole lot to say about you dying to Nine-Tailed Fox. They expect it to happen. That's one of their freaking jobs. Alright, we have SCP-049 and the Mobile Task Force Nine-Tailed Fox in that direction, so I'm gonna say, let's go the opposite of that direction for now. Let's see what this room is. Hold on, I've gotta wait around for them to stop talking. Of course, that gave 049 enough time to catch up. That's okay. Right here. Can I get past you real quick? I want to shut that door just in case they decide to come around. Yes, I'm going to have them in this room with me because up here, authorized personnel only, is a key-carded room, meaning we can lock him out. This is known as the head office, or at least it's known as that on the wiki. I think the wiki gave these rooms their own names when they're really unnamed. They're just a bunch of IDs. This level 5 keycard did not like being on the shelf, apparently. Let's see what this note is about. We have that burnt note. I'm actually going to add that to my... There we go. Then, nuclear device dock. Okay, we've already read this. That was in the nuclear warhead silo back in Heavy Containment Zone, which we also checked out last time. We do not need to read that again, however. This here, some SCP-420J. The real SCP-420 is not an actual joke related or at all related to weed, but you can also write joke SCPs in addition to regular SCPs, and the person who wrote one for 420 made the obvious choice. Should you choose to smoke this? Man, that's some good-ass shit. Yeah, pretty funny, pretty weird. Believe it or not, doing that heals you. Not kidding, it actually heals you. It heals any injuries, so yeah, better save it for dire situations. As a result, I'm gonna load a game. I guess we can leave this one here for now, though there is a little bit you can do with this. Oh, actually, okay, one of the things you could do with this, wear 714 with it. Dude, what the fuck? This shit doesn't even work. 714 protects you from drugs. SCP-682 must be destroyed as soon as possible. Good luck with that. I'll keep one of these with me, and I'll bring this back to one of the previous areas. For now, Let us exit and move on. Where's 049? Why are you coming from there, silly boy? Alright, let me run around you. Oh, Tesla Gate, okay. Fun fact, in an early version of Containment Breach, the 1.0 release specifically, this zone was the only zone to have Tesla Gates for a while, and then it was updated so that they appear in all 3 zones, which was probably how it should have been in the first place. Okay, so we have this large room that goes down to a bottom area. I think I'll go there later. I'll go there later to abuse 049's lack of pathfinding down in that area. Here we have a level 2 keycard. This is a relic from an earlier version of Containment Breach where these offices could appear anywhere in the facility and not just entrance zone, but that was before the facility was split up into zones in the first place. Notification. Please refer to all SCP level items by their case designate review numbers. While common reference names are more convenient, it is both misleading and unprofessional. Case in point, any continued reference to Radical Larry in SCP-106 reports will be met with disciplinary review from sector supervisors, Dr. Gears. That's pretty funny.
Surviving personnel, once again, do not attempt to reach the exits. Either find a safe area or go into one of the many evacuation shelters inside the facility.
Probably good advice for them, but not for us. I heard a door open somewhere. Okay, he sees me. It's okay, he can't walk around the desk because he's an idiot. There's also navigators in here, just in case you haven't picked any of them up. There's also this monitor in here. I'm not worried about 049, he's super slow and inefficient. This same monitor appears in SCP-1123's containment chamber, so you don't have to worry about that. Maybe I should be worried about 049, Jesus. Okay, this is another document. I'm just gonna play Ring Around the Rosie with him, this is fine. He loves playing Ring Around the Rosie. He sings the song all the time. This is SCP-106's document. We have yet to see this. So, ooh, blood inside of the wall. Let me find a place to... Fine, I'll go this way instead, jeez. Let me find a good place to park where we can read it. Ooh, a bench. Perfect. Oh, wow, I'm full up. No physical interaction with 106 is allowed at any time. Any corrosion observed on Containment Cell surface staff members or other site locations 200 meters 106 are to be reported to site security immediately. We kind of know how he works already. He can pass through walls, he causes a corrosion effect on things, he has a weird pocket dimension he takes people to, and he hunts down victims and takes them one by one where he torments them for the rest of their life. Capable of passing through solid matter, leaving behind a large patch of its corrosive mucus. 106 is able to vanish inside solid matter, and would assumed to be a form of pocket dimension. It's unknown if this is the point of origin or 106 or a simple lair created. I think the way the young man says it is that the lair came first, and then 106 discovered it and got transformed. It's pretty interesting. Limited observation of this pocket dimension is shown to be comprised mostly of halls and rooms with entry. Probably some entry. Okay. I'm surprised 049 never made his way over here. I would actually like to backtrack, or am I backtracking? I should be. Yeah, this is the same type of hallway room, so I should be backtracking. Oh right, he can't go through doors because he's in it. Buddy.
Announcement to all personnel. The lift to Gate B has been locked down to ensure the safety of the upper areas of the facility. Please remember to stay inside the evacuation shelters until the facility has been secured.
Sounds like SCP-966 is after me. Oh god, we also have the ones that can infect me. Thankfully they haven't yet. Okay. Okay, 2 of them are after me. That third one is not, though. I thought they all, came after you together. You will very often find SCP-173 in these rooms. However, he's not spawning here for me, and I think that's because the Mobile Task Force, while they're here and hunting you down, they're also hunting down the SCPs to recontain them. They may very well have come across SCP-173 in their travels and have captured him, and when that happens, you never have to worry about him ever again. That's honestly kind of strange that the main enemy of the game could just be taken out of the picture like that, but it is how things work, and it is what's happening.
Subject D9341, report to the nearest Mobile Task Force unit for retrieval of several high-importance objects.
Yes, retrieval of high-importance objects. That's what's gonna happen to me, indeed.
Subject D9341, report to the nearest security checkpoint for questioning. Subject D9341, report to the nearest security force. Failure to do so will result in immediate termination. Subject D9341, report to Gate A immediately for questioning.
What's this way? Oh, another office. I'm just gonna stay away from the... Hi, you're also giving your own commentary. That's the scientist that had... Okay, I thought I heard footsteps. That's the scientist that had SCP-035 on his face. He never made it out. Or other 035 never made it out. That says the same thing. How about documents? Is this also 106's document? Sure is. We do not need this. I think you might also be able to find a keycard in here as well. I think normally only one of these rooms is supposed to spawn in the map, but I said F that and added some more. Hello. Conference room 9B and...
Subject D9341 designated for termination.
Uh-huh. I sure am. Dr. L. Yeah, L is right. Look at this massive L he took. Upon stepping into this room, you can hear 106's breathing. He's not actually in here, but it's just creepy. You can also look around at all the corroded stuff that's happened. The notes that we've been seeing with, like, very scrambled writing, you know, the notes like this one, are from Dr. L. Dr. L has supposedly been being tormented, not even outside of the pocket dimension, by 106 this entire time, and, yeah, this is the result of that. I guess he was one of the victims inside one of those, like, coffins in that one chamber last time. I'm not even gonna try to read this, so I'm just putting it on the screen for you. The old man comes a-running. Never know what or why, but on he comes. It's weird. The texture on the floor looks like it has... It looks like the one thing we picked up that has the code on it, but it isn't. Stupid machine with a stupid idea of a stupid world. Bunkering Clockwork Mora doesn't play fair. It's talking about 914.
SCP-173 contained successfully by Foxtrot Unit 1.
Impressive! That was fast! They made it all the way down there? Off I ship until the old man comes and takes my toys away, and off I run. I gave it again, and sweet talking something, get some kind of plastic stick. It glows. The doors don't know it, the computers don't like it, and now I can't open the security boot. Think if I get... Yeah. Where did my batteries go? In the end, 106 killed him, and then destroyed his entire room, just because he could. What a despicable being. You can open up this with a level 5 keycard, the keycards that you need to enter here, and in this conference room we have this paper. I'm gonna close this. Modular Site Project. This document and all the attachments are only to be shared with the participants of the Introduction to the Modular Site Project conference. Please read through this document and all the provided attachments for the conference. There's squelching in the other room. That's fine. Don't worry about it. The Modular Site Project is a concept initiated by Dr. G. Maynard in the Engineering and Technical Service Department of the SCP Foundation. The concept is still in an early stage, but as further development, the idea has been encouraged by the O5. More details in the O5 response to the Modular Site Project document. More details in their response document. That makes sense. Please make sure you received all the following attachments. That, and that. I'm pretty sure the Modular Site Project, I've already explained this, is supposed to be the explanation for why the facility is randomly generated. You can stick all the rooms together in all sorts of different patterns, and that's why it's different every time. To site command from O5, reply to breach. While we appreciate a concern and obvious unease in you and your staff, there's a procedure in place for these events. The site must first be locked down to prevent physical escape and allow time to assemble the correct MTF teams for evaluation and recovery. Any subjects currently sealed in the site to remain there for the duration of the breach event. Nothing will be allowed to exit the site until cleared by an MTF squad after a full evaluation. Any subjects exiting the facility will be considered lethally contaminated and treated as such. We currently have a full evaluation and review MTF team geared to enter in approximately 1 hour. In addition, all SI communication needs to be severed during a lockdown to prevent contamination. The fact that you neglected to do so to send the aforementioned message is unsettling. We will now manually sever all SI communication links. A disciplinary hearing will be held for remaining command members post-evaluation and recovery. So presumably this that was a reply to a thing they sent out right after the breach started. That's fun. How about this way? Ooh, okay. Got a nice 2-floor office right here. This has a level 1 keycard in it. Super useful, right? Again, comes from an earlier version of the game where you would actually kind of need level 1 and 2 keycards for more than 2 rooms. Pick this up. Oh my god. I love this document. SCP-093, Recovered Materials. Don't ask me why I sometimes say 0 and sometimes O. I don't have a pattern for it. SCP-093 is not in this game, but we can at least read about it, right? Directly has now our live as size. The have proven directly in and in permutations of a goddamn pseudo-god or something with who? You gotta be kidding me with this! When I asked you for a level 2 version of this, you could have just said no! What the hell, Dr. C? I love the humor in horror games. I'm keeping this note with me. What am I gonna drop? What's the least interesting SCP here? Probably 173. He's contained now. We never need his document again. Yet another navigator. I don't want you. Bye. What did I drop? Yes, you. You guys. I need to be on the lookout for that, because I'm sure some of them can still infect me. We are here to protect you! That is the logo for the Mobile Task Force. They are not here to protect me, but at least they're correct about the other people. Ooh, okay. This is the other end of these large server rooms. If you go, I think I didn't even point it out, but if you go all the way down into this server area, you can access the stairs that allows you to go through, that grants you access to a third door out the room. So these rooms actually have 3 ways out instead of just two. Okay, well, buddy, you can just use your hands to vault over that, you know. Imagine Wolford and I, like, vaulting down to get to me. Parkour master. Shush! I'm not even up there! What are you doing? Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I heard that. I heard that! Yep, that's 966. I'm just gonna go past. Everything's fine. I'm not infected or anything. I think... Well, we have 2 ways we can go here. This way. Yeah, hello. How's it going? Okay, we're passing by a bathroom, and someone's stuck in the ceiling. That's normal. Let me go the correct direction first. That's pretty weird. I don't know if that's important. Gate A. This is one of the 2 exits from the facility. We try to open it. Curses, foiled again. It almost worked though, so that was pretty good. That was close. Oh, right. Oh god, all those guys are attacking. I'm a little busy to go in here right now, but I guess I could. I want to show this real quick. Sometimes in these bathrooms, if you walk up to this toilet in the men's bathroom, I am the butt ghost, I will eat your butt, can be faintly heard over the toilet on occasion. You'll also get an achievement for this, if I can find it, right here. By researcher James, age 11. That is another joke SCP called, I think it's, Why are you walking slower? Oh, that's why you're walking slower! Oh god, I got killed. Good thing about the 966 being after me so much is that, like, they will no longer infect me when they're in this state. If they're still just, like, wandering around all confused, then they won't do anything. Nothing in the other side, so, okay. This is a room I'd rather come back to later when we're clearer of enemies, and right now, we are not clear of enemies, and there's also someone stuck in the ceiling over there, and I have a feeling that someone is somehow going to be able to poke a gun barrel through the wall and shoot me dead. So, instead of that, let's go the other direction. As you could tell, well, first of all, this game's 100% perfect, obviously. I mean, from all the gameplay I've shown you thus far, how could you not think that? Also, though, this end game. I'll expand my thoughts on that more later. What is this document? 895. Okay, that's a relic from an early version of the game where 895's document didn't used to appear here. Okay, that's a mug. Can't do anything with that. Let's go back this way. What? Why are you just standing in this room, hanging out? Alright, what's this direction? Like we came up from there. Nice little small hallway. And a wooden door in there. I've no idea why this would be set up like this. For a reason I will explain right as soon as I pick up and read SCP-860's document. Remember 860? This is the blue key we picked up all the way back then. Dark blue key of unremarkable shape. After seeing at seemingly random intervals of time, a series of numbers later found to be UTM coordinates will appear on the key's blade. 860 can fit in any door lock that requires a key located in the area of the given coordinates, and will function identically to the correct key for that lock. 860 only works on door locks and only if they are attached to a door. It will not work on any other type of locking device. When 860 is used to unlock and open a door, the door does not lead to its usual destination. Instead, it opens to a small forest clearing centered on an 80-centimeter wide footpath, designated SCP-860-1. Every observation of this grove has noted the presence of blue-colored mist. See that document for further details. I shall see to that document for further details! As soon as any person enters SCP-860-1, the door automatically closes. From inside, the door appears attached to an infinite concrete wall and is locked. No attempts to break the door from outside. Personnel inside have been successful. Attempts to break the door from inside have resulted in Huggy Wuggy appearing. The trail inside usually leads to another door attached to another infinite concrete wall. The second door leads to the normal destination room of the door in which 860 was used. A number of other anomalous events have been reported by personnel conducting explorations of it. There's explained in more detail and documents that through that, which I don't think are in this game. Following events of Exploration 4, only level 4 personnel may perform tests on it. Incident 860-something-12. On a date, 860 was found on Dr. Redacted's office table, a few meters from its containment unit. The item's containment locker had not been opened. Video surveillance from something AM showed the key suddenly materializing on top of the table. It is currently unknown how or why 860 was moved. The incident had a profound effect on Dr. Someone. Psychiatric evaluation is recommended. So if the key is able to just teleport out of its containment cell and appear in someone's desk, why the hell is it classified safe? This is not safe. It's Keter, right? Because it will always leave its box if you leave it alone for forever. If that's how it works. Alright, finally we have this monitor. Let me save real quick. After 5 containment breaches by 860... Why is it safe? Come on, guys. And the change in its UTM coordinates, we have finally convinced the O5 to send Agent Izumi Junko, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, inside 860-1. Last time the key materialized in front of someone, the researcher committed suicide before we could take further action. Perhaps their lack of exposure to the 2 last exploration logs was make her so eager to go into that place. I've seen them, and I'd rather splatter my brains than go in there right now. Well, like it or not, unfortunately, only facility personnel know the code to this door. We never found it anywhere. So if we want to get through here, we gotta use it on this door. It just so happens that the key, that the coordinates on the key's blade go to this door. Unique sound and message that never heard anywhere else in the game. That's pretty cool. Welcome to 860-1. Certainly a lot more low resolution than it would actually appear. I'm sure there would be like rolling mist over the ground if this game had higher fidelity graphics. But I can't complain. Let's go to the left. You will occasionally come across a fork in the road, and you must choose the correct path. Your goal is to find the way to the other, the way to the other door. And you just gotta keep trying other paths until it works. This path can result in a dead end though, and you cannot climb the sides here. You must stay on the path. I'll just ignore that and move on. I'm sure it's fine, don't worry about it. Man, this forest didn't even need those stay on the trail sign. I'm sorry, I wasn't planning to leave the trail. Don't worry about it. I'd love to run, but perhaps running would anger this thing even more. Let's do it a little bit. I guess we may as well. Just a little bit at a time, though. Oh god, which way? Which way? This way? I guess. Oh, thanks! I do not recommend running for too long. This thing does actually get angry if you run for too long. I was trying to be coy about it before, but I may as well say it. It's good gameplay tips. I do not think I'm going the right way at all. And I think that because I did build this forest, so I do kind of know how this forest is laid out, I just can't remember it easily. Someone screamed. Oh! Problem! 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 Solution! Oh my god, look at it in the... oh, no, 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 no! This is the most majestic, terrifying thing I have ever seen in my life! Let it catch up to you? You're dead. No death message for this. Your dead body is inside the forest, so no one found it. That's a pretty cool detail, I think. One of the only times when, like, having no death message is actually a nice thing. Let's try this again. So, if I remember right, I built this forest around in the same layout as the Slender Forest, the forest from Slender the 8 Pages. So basically, it's like one big loop that has a middle section. And I was going around the big loop last time, and that was a bad idea, so I want to go this way. I put one door where you start Slender, and another door around in the middle section where the bathrooms are. Hello, yeah, I hear you screaming. In ordinary randomized maps, or randomized forests, since that's always an option for custom maps, though I decided to build one because I was worried it would crash if it tried to generate one on its own. Anyway, in ordinary randomized maps, you can find a series of notes inside of 860-1. These are notes left by the agent Izumi Junko. Since it seems like custom-built forests never spawn these, I'll show them on screen. And while I'm at it, I might as well read them out loud. Log number 1. Something seems to have gone wrong. The moment I entered the forest, communication with the researchers was lost. My headset is playing soft music instead. It's very calming. The blue hue is beautiful, and I've never felt more at ease in my life. Log number 2. I just noticed, but the path here is made of cobblestones. That is odd. I recall it being made of dirt when I first entered the forest. I'm hearing howls in the distance, but they don't seem aggressive. It's like they're calling me. Warm lights shine between the trees. My headset keeps playing music. Log number 3. Golden eyes watch me from every direction, and they howl non-stop. The wind carries whispers and curses. It has been like this for years now. Or has it been hours? I can't recall. Twigs snap and leaves rustle close by. Sometimes I hear them breathing in my neck. Yet I'm not afraid. The wind they blow is warm and comforting. I haven't slept since I entered here. Maybe it's time to take a nap? I'll wake when you get here, D9341. I'm kinda hungry. On top of this, there is a 1 in 860 chance that you can discover a secret on one of the sides of the forest. You can see a glowy-eyed figure watching you, if this rare event occurs. This is supposedly the agent who got lost and trapped inside of this place. Or rather, I guess, welcomed? Don't worry about that ground over there, that looks fine. I don't think I'm going the right way. I'm gonna go backwards. Hopefully I won't run into the beast. I can't tell what causes this beast to come after you. I know that running too much is one of the things that gets it to come after you faster, but I think it also just comes after you after a limited amount of time. Like, you have a limited amount of time to find the door, and if you can't find it fast enough, that's it, you're dead. Okay, that was scary. Holy shit. That was so fucking cool. Oh, shut up, 049. Do not ruin my joy. Damn. Okay, we got through it. Okay, before I move on, I do want to say this real quick. I'm not a big fan of that forest. From a gameplay perspective, I think the SCP itself and the way it's implemented in this game is fucking awesome, as always. There's like very few SCP implementations in this game that I think are actually bad. But no, it's awesome. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's a bunch of trial and error, picking the correct path, being screwed over and killed through no fault of your own, and well, compounded with other problems that this endgame phase of the game has, it gets even worse. I'll talk more about this in a bit. For now, we have a giant office to explore, so let's get to it. I don't have that many uses for SCP-714 anymore, especially if 966 are going to be as after me as they are. I don't know if this is just a document asset that's like not one of the pick-upable ones, or if this is one that spawned inside the wall, and now I can't get it, but it's there. Let's read about this instead. This gives you information about the object classes. I've already been over this, so I probably won't read this document too much, but I'll show it on the screen because it is in the game. It does give you some good information. Though the object classes used for the SCPs in the game doesn't exactly check out. Also, it is worth noting there are more object classes than this on the actual SCP site. It's just that Safe, Euclid, and Keter were the only 3 when this game was created, and then they added more later on. There's like Thalmiel now, I might be pronouncing this wrong, which is, I think, the SCP helps you contain another SCP. That's what a Thaumiel means. There's also Apollyon, which means this SCP is fucking deadly and can't be contained at all. Good luck trying to lock it in a cell. Since my repeated attempts to petition the termination of SCP-173 have met with O5 being steadfast, I'm hereby instead suggesting we extend security measures. I think it would be prudent to redesign one of the empty containment cells to include a set of 3 doors arranged like a double airlock. I also suggest that we revise the cleaning procedure to be only carried with trained personnel. D-Class just can't be trusted with this. Please let me know your decision as soon as possible. So I'm wondering if we were being sent in to clean it, or if we were being sent in for other tests. I don't know how much there is to test with SCP-173. Does 173 snap necks if they blink? Oh my god, science, get on this straight away. Do I have anything that even needs one anymore? You know what? Let me pull up the radio. Ow. Ow. Now that the Nine-Tailed Fox have entered the facility, Channel 4 should have some things to say.
We still had some of that 420J. It was so awesome. I still keep a plant somewhere, man. Hey, man, what if we gave some 420J to that freaky statue thing? Why? He's like already stoned.
I kind of like that one. It's obviously a joke, but that's fine. You can add jokes in a horror game. Help to break the tension. Any more?
Did you hear that? Yeah, the big lizard thing is making a huge mess somewhere out there.
Big lizard thing. They're talking about SCP-682. We haven't seen the event that can happen related to him yet, so I may as well just say what it is here. On occasion, and I do mean on occasion, we haven't had it happen at all so far, the facility will start shaking and you'll hear this. That's basically the only presence 682 has in the game for now. Any more? Or shall I switch a different channel? Actually, I guess I could take a break to read. This is the same note. There's another document that I think is supposed to be in this room, and I'm pretty sure it's this one that I can't get. Let me test this theory.
I hear you breathing.
Maybe if I become one with the document, then I can pick it up. Alright, well, I'll just show that document on the screen then. It's a shame I'm having to resort to this because not everything's spawning properly, but what can I do? Okay, what do we have here? 4-way hallway. Let me... Actually... To be honest, we don't have to close doors anymore. Unless there's, like, someone literally chasing us, we do not have to close doors anymore. Here's another dead-end room. I never showed these off fully, but this is the room back in, like, Containment Zone that had that guy running towards us. And, that room can also spawn in the entrance zone, which is good to know. Oh, you've made it through! Well, what shall I do about this? What shall I do? Actually, I know you gotta be... No! Alright, you know what? I'm gonna get into this right now. This late game phase, easily the weakest part of SCP Containment Breach in my opinion. I like the entrance zone a lot, and in fact, I'll let you listen to the ambience here pretty soon. It's really cool, really well done. I love the creepy, empty office feeling that it gives, and there's a lot of fun stuff to do around here, which we will be getting to very shortly. But... Nine-Tailed Fox as an enemy suck. They are super buggy. They need, like, a full rework, if you ask me. Like, they need a whole rework before I start considering them good, well-made enemies. Okay, we got 2 new rooms here to check out. This one isn't that interesting. Oh yeah, I dropped the ring because I don't really need it anymore. Well, I guess it can help against 049, like in that situation just then. So maybe I should go back and grab it, but I'll decide that later. Down here we have this computer with a note. Go to the cafeteria and get a pizza, fixed errors in server B, clean Sean speed C from shit. A unique little PC asset they don't see anywhere else. And the reason why this room doesn't look like you'd see it anywhere else in this game is because it's actually from a mod and it ended up getting ported over to the official game. There's a pair of night vision goggles in here. There's like 20 of these in the game. You don't need this anymore. This cannot be opened. No, it cannot. This is from the SCP Nine-Tailed Fox mod, where you play as a nine-tailed fox. There's a lot of extra rooms the Nine-Tailed Fox has added, mod has added, especially in the recent versions of that mod, but this is one of the first ones that they ever added. And, oh my god, 966 is right there, and it made its way into the base game as a result. Hello, sir. I'm just gonna get past. Thank you. I'm gonna go grab 714 again, and then we'll keep moving on. Anyway. The Nine-Tailed Fox are basically either one of two things. Number one, they barely exist, which is exactly what's going on here. Like, we saw them once, never saw them again. They went to deliver 173, we never heard from them again. So, like, we might be encountering them on occasion, but, I mean really on occasion. They are not common enemies whatsoever. Shut the frick up, I have something to say here. As I explore this new office room. Let me take these off. Lighting looks much better without it. It's either that, or they are all up in your face, camping at every single spot that you need to go, and there's literally nothing you can do about it other than hope you get lucky and that they just happen not to shoot you in time. Because, like, very often, your encounters with them will be, you open a door, they shoot you dead, and that's it. That's your entire experience with them. And I really don't like that. It's kind of bullshit. They're really poorly made enemies. Oh my god. I think their programming may have been fairly elegant for the older versions, but for the current versions, it just kind of sucks now. Okay, we have another copy of that document. I actually thought we wouldn't have that. Okay, 966 is following me in here. Now. Okay. Before 966, yeah, 966s are in here, but that's fine. Bring your attention to the duck on the lamp up there. Inside one of these rooms, every time you blink, there's a yellow duck, or I think it's every time you blink, right? Should be every time you blink. There is a duck that will move around various points in the room. This guy doesn't really want to, which I guess that's fine with me. He can stay up there all he wants, but he can be like on the table, up there. It's kind of adorable. It is indeed friends in cohorts with the saxophone-playing duck from the heavy containment zone. Those, as well as a bunch of other ducks that aren't in this game, or well, there's one other that we may or may not be seeing. Those are one of the anomalous ducks, which, yes, do have their own article written about them, and it's pretty funny. This room! Oh boy, this room! If you have not encountered SCP-096 in Heavy Containment Zone yet, in that server room, you will find him in here sitting on the middle of the floor. And for once, I can actually show what this looks like! Well... because I didn't trigger the other one. God damn, okay. Guess we're dying to 096 then. Why not? This is fun. This will be fun. 966 is in here with me. God damn you. The fuck's going on over there? Okay, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Hang on. I keep thinking I hear SCP, God, that clip was amazing. I uploaded that as a standalone video a long time ago now. That was literally years ago now. But, yeah, oh man, that was scary. One of the scariest jump scares I ever had. As with before, these lock rooms normally do not appear inside the entrance zone, but I added one in because I thought it would make sense to have one, especially to have one right outside of Gate B. We found both the exits to the facility. Can't open them though. As we've heard, SCP-079 has taken control of the door systems, and we need to negotiate with him in order to get it to open them. Or we need to, like, ask him to open them for us. Yeah, sure. Ask a computer that wants to escape to let us escape. That won't go wrong or anything. I don't see how that could go horribly, terribly bad. Alright, what else do we have here? Ooh, okay. Okay. Dr. Maynard. Dr. Gears. And Dr. Harp. These three offices are all locked with a code. Now, in truth, Dr. Gears' office doesn't exist. Dr. Gears is put here as a reference to the SCP author, Dr. Gears, who wrote a lot of the SCPs that appear in this game, including, I believe, SCP-914. As for the other two, we can find their codes through various means. You remember, this, Dr. George Maynard, has a personal access code, 9987. We got this code from inside 106's pocket dimension. It's Security Chief Franklin Carey. Oh wow, he has an extra last name? That's cool. Okay, well I better get in here quick then. 9987. Voila! We have made it inside! It's weird that you have to put in the code again to lock it, but you know, that's fine, that works. What do we find in here? Well, for one thing, we have a ballistic vest. This certainly exists. I don't think really I need it. 427 I could drop, but just in case one of these guys hits me, I don't think I do want to drop that just yet. I don't know. I like everything that I have, so I don't think I'm going to take that. Not the nine-tailed fox are going to be that big of a threat anyway. Note on the table. You made it so easy. Nice work, Foundation. That's ominous. The hell does that mean? Yes, there's someone else here. Don't worry about it. Disconnected. Error 04C. Connected to unknown error. Connection error. Connecting main server. Connection failed. Unknown. It's out. Unknown client. Proceeding. Dr. Maynard was up to stuff. We'll find out more about this another time. For now, let me pull up the radio and listen to Channel 5 for a bit. Remember this conversation that I showed off at the end of episode 3? This conversation ended up being cut off by the game moving on to a different one. Let's hope that it plays out fully this time. Copy that. Shut up about 966. They exist, but it's okay. You could just run past them. Oh my god. You got... What? What are you even doing? Oh my god, they can't move. This game's perfect. Continuing my thoughts on the late game stage, this is when the game is easily at its most jank. And it really goes to show, especially with these guys, with the mobile task force being very botched and horribly programmed and bugged as all shit. It's like, and also at this point, SCP-173 is the thing of the past. It's all just 049 and 966 until the game is done. And they're way, way less interesting enemies than 173 or even 106, in my opinion. Like, I do like avoiding them and all, but it is overall worse than the rest of the game, in my humble opinion. Sorry if you hear background noise of any, pipes running. I'm actually recording this video in my basement because today is hot, and this is the only place that I can record in comfortable temperature without having the AC running in the background. Incident report. SCP-106-0204. At 9 a.m., Agent Skinner and Security Agent Carey, Franklin, start their morning shift monitoring the containment room of 106. 106 breaches containment. Agent Skinner sets off a facility-wide alarm and informs Security Chief Franklin. Agent Carey claims to have been getting coffee from Cafeteria B at the time of the breach. Okay, maybe it's not Franklin. It's because that's Security Chief. He's not an agent. Appropriate disciplinary measures have been taken. 106 appears inside Office Block C. One office worker captured by 106 and presumably taken to the pocket dimension. Could be Dr. L. Security Chief Franklin arrives containment room 106, 5 security agents, and a Class D subject D9215. Agent Skinner is nowhere to be found and assumed to be taken by SCP-106. 9215 is placed inside the containment cell, and the recall protocol is initiated. 106 is spotted on a highway outside the containment room of 079. 106 emerges from west wall in the containment room and enters the containment cell. The cells lifted up. The alarm is set off and the cleaning team is dispatched to fix the damage caused by SCP-106. Possibly related notes. At 10:04, Research Ferguson noticed that the blast door outside the containment room of 079 cannot be opened manually or via the control panel. A team of 3 technicians is sent to check the door. That checks out with what we experienced trying to get in there. The technicians confirm the problem is not caused by a fault in the door control system. They start disassembling the door to see if any of the mechanical parts are damaged. Since 106 has been near the door during the breach, it is likely that the malfunction was caused by the corrosion effect of SCP-106. Interesting. So we get a timeline of events of the 106 breach early this morning, which we've definitely heard a lot about. We also have a first aid kit and this. Ooh, okay, this journal page. It was incredible watching her grow into a fine young woman. I wish Becky could have been there to see who she's become, but I know she would have been proud. Luke going to college honestly, I don't really care about reading this. Sir, I retrieved this page from Mr. Gonzalez's journal as you requested. It appears the memory implant was successful. We won't be getting any problems from him about his family anymore. Because this is one big reference to Containment Breach Run, which has still never released. And nope, it hasn't released during this series. I haven't inspired them to get it out there. You can read it if you want to. It's right there. It's pretty interesting, though. I didn't even know it was in the game until I was, like, testing playthroughs for this series, so that's pretty cool. Dr. Harp's code is always 7816 because it is a voice-acted line, similar to how that door in 035's containment chamber is always 5731. Okay, let's go down here first. Oh god, we're gonna be taking 966 over to me. Maybe this is not the greatest idea. But this document is interesting. Sure, we can keep this on. No. Document SCP-970. Spatial phenomenon wherein a collection of rooms are looped on themselves. So you've experienced this SCP plenty. The document for it is all the way here. There are walls all in straight lines. It's possible to walk forwards and have the starting position. The alteration in the rooms does not affect neighboring rooms of floors. I see him up there. I'm not worried about... Did you just teleport? Okay, maybe I am worried about him now. Oh god, I need to pick that up. Okay. Yeah. Cell block within Sector 19, the first example of the 970 phenomenon encountered by the Foundation. It was constructed the intent of Class C personnel did that. I think this is, the original article is talking about a room that is very different from the actual room encountered in the game, but that's fine. Alright, let's get up and out of here. See, what's this direction? The Electrical Center. It's to authorized personnel only. Cool, so we can check that out in a bit. Another option is this area with 2 elevators. Fun fact, this dead-end room, which is what it is, has a special event, like a lot of the other rooms in this game. Events such as, 106 appearing from the ceiling, those kinds of events. That room has one. All it does is it lets the buttons of the elevators become clickable. That's pretty funny. I guess the weird way that they put this game together meant that was a necessity in order to get that to work properly. Up here we have 3 switches: primary, secondary lighting, and remote door control. Upon coming in here, the secondary lighting will switch itself off suddenly. Primary lighting is supposed to be on, but it actually isn't, which is why the facility is so dark. Remote door control is a little bit special. We also have this, and a computer screen to read. There's a lot of reading, but that's what the entrance zone is like. Place the worn out cables of the elevator section B this morning. Someone should make an announcement to inform everyone it's safe to use again. Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. With this new modular site design and all the improvements we've made, there's no reason to worry. Yeah, an underground maze with dozens of SCPs cramped next to each other is pretty much the safest thing I can imagine. Not to mention all these barely functional prototype stage security systems they've installed. I've told those boys 1,000 times, we're not geared to handle this many, but does anybody listen to Hooper? No, you bet your ass they don't. Just on and on, the grid is fine, blah de blah. This isn't a primary containment site. Hell, it ain't even secondary. We're supposed to do sample tests and paper pushing. We don't have the security set up to handle this load, let alone the power. I've had to run the boys non-stop to keep up with all the shorts and new connection problems, and we're still behind. I'm gonna kill Franklin. I come down to the electrical center and there's a goddamn agent inside fiddling with the switches. I start in on him and Mr. High and Mighty says Security Chief Franklin said to come down and run a bypass so they can run an overload test on one of the newly active cells. Christ whip, the moron was getting ready to run a bypass alright, but on the master door controls. I threw him the hell out and I'm still steaming too bad to try and talk to Franklin. Hooper personal FFFSSS.txt. I forgot about that detail. That's so good. Hi 372, how you doing? Ooh, about 372. I'll talk more about him in a bit. But for now, the main thing we want here, that turned off. The doors can no longer be operated remotely. That should help us gain access to certain places. I'll also turn this off briefly just to show what it's like. Obviously with the night vision goggles on, game's at full brightness anyway, so you can't see anything. But this is what the facility looks like, and from what I understand, you can just play the game like this if you really want to. I expected 966 to be here. You can play the game like this if you really want to, but there's no reason to. Just go turn them back on. They will never turn themselves off again. It's just here once to scare you. Wing! There we go. With that done, let's save. We've now explored the majority of Entrance Zone. There's still one room we haven't seen, and we will be getting to that room pretty soon. Okay, I hear them walking outside this door. Yeah, hello. Are you guys gonna actually walk up to me this time? Oh, yeah, you are. Wow, what a surprise. Let me just get right past. Thank you, sirs. Okay, check down here for something. There's a certain thing I want to find in one of these rooms, and I think it's placed into a random one of the rooms every game, even on custom maps, so... Boring! Ah! Whoa, okay, I was not falling properly, that was weird. I think it's the first time I died to a Tesla gate, so I should show that death message on the screen real quick. Speaking of death messages, one important note. There is a death message for dying to SCP-1025. If you die to the cardiac arrest disease, you will see this message on your screen. I'll just show that real quick. Oh god, you're one of the infecting ones. You weren't here before. Oh god. Yeah, okay, good. We're good. We cool. Alright, now we're back on the bottom hallway, which we've already gone down most of. I think as I try to run away from this guy, I begin to show the final things in this place that we have yet to see.
The hell was that? Oh. Yet another victim of the disease.
Okay, man, I was safe. I mean, I was a Class D, but I don't have weapons. This guy gets scared from hearing you and decides to shoot himself if this room spawns for you. Oh god. So that's a total of 2 different events that can happen in the bathroom. You can have that guy in there, or you can have the butt ghost. I will eat your butt. I don't know why that's so funny to me. It really shouldn't be. In other news, we have an airlock that's exclusive to Entrance Zone. And fun fact, that over there is a 3rd exit. So this way is actually a 3-way room. A room with 3 exits. Unlike the other ones in Light Containment Zone, which were just 2-way. That's pretty interesting. And that room never appears in random maps. If it does, I'd be shocked if it actually did appear in some random maps. But, like, I've never seen it in any myself. So I thought I'd throw it in this map so it can finally get some love. Now that we've basically done a big loop around Entrance Zone, I'd actually like to backtrack out of it real quick for a certain reason. But before we do, I guess I could show you something special. One second. This fucking guy, I swear to God. The pause menu. One of the safest places to be in a horror game, right? Let me just do that, yeah. Just in case. Nothing bad can really happen here, right? Just sit here, game's not running whatsoever. You can stop, go over to the bathroom, go grab a drink, do whatever you want. This game's even more pausable than the average horror game because even the inventory pauses the game. Alright, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get this to trigger. I thought that it would happen if you paused the game just straight up for long enough, but apparently not. It only happens if you're in a room with SCP-173, and I've only heard of it working with SCP-173. If you pause the game while in a room with SCP-173, after a little bit, the game will forcefully unpause, play this sound effect, and display the message, "Stop trying to hide," on your screen. That's basically all that happens, and I think it might be too late for me to show that off properly. Oh god, I hear 096, I better be careful. Okay, he's real deep in that corner. Interesting. 096 can only ever be in the heavy containment zone. You will never find him outside of that zone, except for the entrance zone in that one room, but that's a very rare occurrence nowadays. That used to be where you would find him all the time, but now in the current versions, that's not common anymore. Listening to this channel, because for me, this is the most underrated channel. I have yet to listen to it at all. Oh, what the? They heard my music and came to stop it. Okay. Oh my god. I should have taken some of the key cards from Entrance Zone. In fact, I might go back for them because I want to do something with key cards. That is something I've noticed. Apparently, Nine-Tailed Fox like to hang out in that corner of my custom map. I don't get their AI at all, man. Their AI is just the most fucked up shit. It's basically not worth dealing with. Hello? Is that one of you in here? That scared me. Yes, we're back at SCP-914, because I always have to do this. Okay, so, I got a few things I'd like to show before we continue on with the rest of this video, which will also be another similar 914-esque section, although it will not be truly 914. I actually want to turn this level 3 keycard into a master card. We'll see if this ends up happening, because, well, there's something special with that I'll get to very shortly. Goody, I've never been happier to see a master card in my life. What I want to do is I want to put the master cards themselves through. Yes, they do actually have a decent function. You put in both of them, switch to course, and then pick this up to ensure it doesn't get deleted, even though that wouldn't be a big deal since I could just grab another one. Master cards put through on course will turn into 4 quarters each. The quarters have quite an important use coming up here very soon, so I'd like to take as many as I can over. As many as I can is about 8 in total, or 10 in total, I mean. As expected, quarters go in the wallet. I don't think I've ever been over it officially, but I can show it here. Key cards can be put on the clipboard if you want to use that as a storage for them instead, so we can actually keep our wallet free so that I can put all the quarters inside of it. I might have to leave 860 in here. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, actually it would be better. Yeah, okay, we've seen 860. We can drop it in this room, I think, and then pick up this guy, shove it in the wallet. Now we got a wallet full of quarters. Believe you me, I'm gonna want that many quarters coming up very soon. I'm leaving us here because in my custom map, going through SCP-860 Forest is not required to beat it, which should be the way most random maps work, but that is not the way most random maps work. Many random maps require you to go through the forest to beat it, so you do not want to drop it if you are playing along with me. Next thing I want to show, SCP-513, also on course. I think rough might do the same thing, but, you know, you want either course or rough. Damn, that's a violent cowbell destruction. With 513's destruction, SCP-513-1 no longer appears. We've had our fun with him, and I think it's time to banish him back to the freaking Shadow Realm. And I assume the people who have all heard 513 are no longer feeling anxious about it. I helped people by destroying an SCP and changing the canon. Lastly, 420J. Lastly, for now, we have more things to uncover later, but, you know. Putting it on 1-to-1 is supposed to give you an item called a cigarette that doesn't do anything. It just displays a random message of your character reacting to it and saying it doesn't work. But, didn't really do anything that time. I wonder why. Let's try fine instead. Hopefully this will do better. No. Does anything want to be put through in this anymore? Hold on. Let me try this document. Can I put anything through on 914 anymore? Okay, the origami works, so I guess the 420J thing's just freaking out. Okay, putting it through on either fine or very fine will give you either a joint or smelly joint, respectively, depending on the setting you use. Using this will just kill you with the following text visible on the screen, and then the following death message. It's pretty funny. I wish that I could have shown that, but apparently the game does not want me to show it. I think that's everything I want to... It's pretty funny. I wish that I could have shown that, but apparently the game does not want me to show it. I think that's everything I wanted to do here before we leave. Actually, no, that isn't. There's one more thing I'd like to try. I'm sure most of you who have at all been into this game have heard about the elusive keycard Omni. You can obtain this keycard if you put any keycard through on very fine with a very low chance of success. Most of the time it just gives a master card, but it can occasionally give you an Omni card. The other way to get an Omni card is to throw a level 5 in on fine. And this apparently has a much bigger chance of working. So let's see if it does. There it is! It works! Keycard Omni! What does this do? Nothing. It's the exact same thing as a level 5, it's just colored blue. The main reason that it exists is so that you could possibly obtain it early in the game, but that's not really possible anymore because they made the chance of it happening so rare. However, it is worth noting that the chance of it happening does increase the more achievements you have unlocked, and you unlock achievements for encountering various things in the game. And so I have a lot of achievements, therefore my chances of success were very high with doing it with the level 5. The only thing a Keycard Omni actually gives you is this achievement, Unlimited Access. Also, this achievement icon is using the old sprite for the keycards. That's pretty funny. This is the only reason to go for an Omni card, so that you can have this achievement. Also, there are achievements for getting into Dr. Maynard's and Dr. Harp's office, and one for escaping the pocket dimension, and one for luring 106 through Tesla Gate. Just thought I should mention this. Personally, I think I would prefer it if the Omni card could have some extra use case, like maybe it could open all of the doors with coded locks, though I get why it doesn't. That would make certain things confusing. That's all I want to show with 914 right now, so I shall save the game and move on. I sense the disease in you, too, honestly. The disease of ignorance! Back in the old days of SCP, a Keycard Omni was a good item because you could get it so early. Like, all you really had to do is get a keycard, put it through a 914 on very fine, and boom, you had the Omni, because the chance of it was much higher back then. But nowadays, the Keycard Omni is so rare because now, since then, they've developed this whole progression system, and they want you to follow through with the progression system. And I get that, and I think the progression system is great, and that the Omni really doesn't have a place in the game anymore. But all you really need to do is allow the Omni to do a little bit more. Like, what if it could get through the coded doors? And like, I think the reason why it can't is because there are doors locked with a code that you aren't supposed to go into. They might put a coded door as like a locked door somewhere, as a door that you were never meant to open, and it's just there for decoration to add some depth to the world. And like, you know, that's the only reason you would ever see it. Ooh, okay. This guy just loves walking into corners. He's significantly less scary when he's just stuck in the freaking corner all the time. But anyway, yeah, nowadays, like, the Keycard Omni is useless. I went out for it just for the novelty, if nothing else, and the fact that I can have a blue keycard, which I really like. I like blue keycards, they're fun. Or I like the color blue, I mean. It's really fun. It's just really fun to have this keycard and to be able to use it and all this stuff. I heard you opening the door up ahead. You ain't slick. I am. I'm slick and slippery. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Oh my god. No, I'm shutting you out. Nope. Yeah, you stay there. This Pathfinder was starting to turn him around the other direction. How silly. Okay, there is perhaps one last thing I want to show for this video. And that is in this direction. We're actually going to be doing this for quite a long time, so strap yourselves in. Getting ready for a wild ride. I think, though, that, like, the way they have the Keycard Omni set up right now is so counterintuitive with how it's supposed to be. Like, the Omni keycard is still a possibility to obtain early on as a fun bonus, but of course it's so unlikely to happen that, like, you're never gonna see it. And the way to have an increased chance of getting it is to get more achievements, which, to get more achievements, you have to discover more of the game content, and discover more of the game content, you have to play the game a lot. And at that point, you have the level 5. You don't need the Omni anymore. The Omni is useless. There's nothing for it anymore. And I think that's kind of a shame. I think they should have given it, like, a secondary use. That could have made it super cool. Ooh. There's a room that can spawn in the entrance zone we haven't seen yet. I might go look for that first before I do what needs doing here in the cafeteria. Because I'm wondering if I may have missed a room. Okay, good, okay, good. It's right here. I was worried that I forgot to put this room in this map. Oh my god. Good, no, I remember to include it. I just haven't been in this hallway yet. That hallway goes back up to the 4-way hallway with the dead end down that one way. This is a little room with offices. There's not much to see down here other than this funny little picture. He's so cute. I should probably talk about that pretty soon. Not before I read this, though. When I find out who's leaving these classified documents lying around, I'll feed him to 682. I hope you were able to successfully accomplish your task there, good sir. who obviously thinks well and good of his fellow coworkers. Alright, this place. This is the airlock from Light Containment Zone that I put in. We do not need to go this way, though. Let me talk about that a little bit, as I make my way back to the cafeteria. SCP-173, or at least how he appears in this game, comes from a sculpture built by a Japanese artist by the name of Izumi Kato? I'm not exactly the most versed on how to pronounce Japanese names, so I'm very sorry if I got that wrong. Oh, okay, hello. Now, that sculptor built that statue with a particular vision and art form in mind. And a picture of that statue ended up circulating to 4chan and then used for like this weird, it's like this weird funny little creature that attacks you by snapping your neck when you don't look at it, and it's all creepy and stuff, and that was the origins of SCP-173, basically. Someone found an image of that statue and decided, like, hey, what if this thing was a creepy entity that killed people if you didn't look at it? And as SCP grew to be really popular, the original sculptor eventually took notice that his statue was being used for that. And at first he wasn't a fan. He did allow it under the condition that no one made any money off of the image. This means if you make an SCP product and you want to like sell it, you cannot use the design for 173 used in this game. That is not allowed. It's part of the deal that the sculptor made with the SCP Foundation. On top of this, though, that statue as a whole is just no longer canon. They have decided to take the image down from the page in order to have all of their images on their site fall under their Creative Commons license, which, I can imagine you'd probably want to do. It would just, make things easier for everyone. Ooh, okay, we actually have 2 extra quarters here. Let me drop you and you. And I forgot something I was going to grab from Light Containment Zone. Whoops, that's for later. Inside the cafeteria, we have some stray cups laying around. This one's empty, useless. This one is a cup of orange juice. Drink tastes sweet and has a nice bit of pulp. This one is a cup of coffee. Fairly strong black coffee. If you drink that, the 966 debuffs inflicted on you become cured. It's another way you can cure them. You no longer feel as tired and can run around all normal again. It's pretty cool. To end this off, I just want to say that the design used for 173 in this game is no longer the canonical design. The only traits of 173 that are consistent, it's a concrete statue with spray paint on it. However it looks from there is up to the imagination. Pretty cool. And the character Izumi Junko, who went into A60-1, is a reference to the original sculptor to like honor him and his influence for SCP. Of course, now it's no longer there, but only personnel of security clearance level 2 or higher are allowed to use SCP-294. Requesting anything other than human consumable beverages is strictly forbidden. Okay, nothing here. This is SCP-294. You may have heard of it. It's an all-powerful vending machine. If we were to insert 2 quarters, we may use it and make a selection. But notice, we're allowed to type in whatever we want. Such as, just a good old cup of water. Nothing wrong with that. Remember to hydrate. It will then dispense the drink that you have selected for you to just have. Well, that was refreshing. Indeed, I agree. Maybe. Water sometimes tastes kind of bland, but The cups are basically an endless supply. Doesn't matter how many of these things you request, it'll keep turning them out. So how about a cup of pop? Are you Midwestern? No! Darn you non-Midwesterners calling it soda! Let's go with something more specific. How about Coke? That works. I think you can also write Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Can't choose any particular flavors, unfortunately. Anything that does not work for that vending machine will just give you the out-of-range text. Here's a cup of Coke. I can feel the taste from here. For our last normal beverage, before I get on to the weirder stuff you can request from this, what's a good one? How about chocolate milk? Is that something that they allow? No, what? Come on, chocolate milk is great! Fine, I'll just settle for regular milk. That does indeed work. If you were to drop these drinks on the ground, you can see that they do have color inside. There's like certain color parameters in the files that are set for each individual cup. So yeah, each drink that you can get from this thing does have its own color, which is pretty cool. No message for this one, you just drink it. Might have an effect, I'm not actually sure. So anyway, yeah, you know, you can get drinks from this thing, yada yada, but what happens if you were to, say, go off the beaten path a bit? What if you enter something like carbon? Just give me straight up carbon in a cup, please. And it will dispense it for you. Is carbon actually a liquid? I mean, I know it's like an element, right? Basically. Yep, that is what carbon looks like. And that would be what happens if you were to drink an actual carbon. The mouth cavity, throat, and face of the victim are covered in severe third-degree burns. A layer of black crystalline substance was found inside the mouth cavity, sent for chemical analysis. Alright, now let me run down a huge list of fun drinks that I think we should try. Don't worry, I'll do my best to cut through this so this is as quick as possible. First of all, I think this machine, if anything, is gonna give us the secrets for Half-Life 3. There is nothing to drink in the cup. That is the best Half-Life 3 joke that has ever been made, in my opinion. That is amazing. You'll also get the same thing if you type air or emptiness. How about Amnesia? Another horror game that also came out around the same time. Oh, the name change is no longer Cup of. Interesting. Daniel, is that you? What are you doing? I'm not Daniel. Fuck off. My name's Benjamin. SCP-294 was basically the developer's excuse to put in a bunch of references to things, and that is a reference to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, a game where, if you haven't played, I highly recommend it. It's great. Anti-energy drink. Let's see what this looks like real quick. Alright, it just looks yellow. Looks kind of like pee, honestly. But, you know, that's a different selection. The drink tastes terrible. You feel tired and drained. My blink meter's going down so fast. Oh, it's the same thing that 966 gives you, I see. How about some quantum gas? That sounded a little forceful. Ah! Yeah, probably for good reason. A dead organic mass, later identified as D9341 through DNA tests, was discovered with parts of the body frozen at near absolute zero temperatures. What was left of the throat and mouth cavity contained traces of near negative temperature bosonic particles, therefore making it a substance at a Bose-Einstein condensate phase of matter, the cause of death. That sounds like there was a typo in there. You can also type in Bose-Einstein condensate to get the same drink. Alright, my list here is extremely long, so I think for the sake of time, I will skip some. Let's try a cup of death. A Class D found dead in the facility cafeteria of Sector Redacted, presumably killed by something dispensed by SCP-294. You just die, no extra strings attached. There are so many death messages that you can get from this machine. It is incredible, genuinely. I might not be able to show off all of them, but in my list is every cup that can kill you, so that's what I'm going based off of here. How about Element Zero? Is this like an element that does not exist at all on the periodic table? Alright, here it is. What does it look like? Blue. Yep. You didn't think biotic powers were real, right? That's probably a reference to something. I don't know that reference. Oh my god. This death message is so long it goes off the window. I've never seen that before. Body emitting large levels of radiation was discovered in Sector Redacted. The subject appears to have consumed an unknown substance via SCP-294. Analysis of the radioactive substance via use of the chemical and nuclear testing shows that it has zero charge, is composed purely of neutrons, and appears to lack any electrons or protons. This indicates the substance may be a theoretical element known as neutronium. Very cool. So far we've had a lot of drinks that kill us. How about a drink that'll heal you right up? Estus does exist. You can order it from SCP-294. This is a pretty obvious reference to Dark Souls, except it's not that obvious to anyone who hasn't played Dark Souls. But yes, here's the Estus. It indeed looks exactly as it is. No, you can't order Ashen Estus or a Flask of Crimson Tears. I think those games came out after Containment Breach added in Estus as an option. Drinking this, taste is hard to describe. You feel refreshed. Drinking this will heal you, and if you use the quarter strategy I just showed off, you can get as many as you want. In addition, in both the corners of this room, there is 1 quarter, 2 quarters, with 2 extra quarters inside the cafeteria waiting at both ends. This, in addition to the 2 quarters you start with inside the wall, gives you essentially 2 free drinks from SCP-294 right off the bat, and you can make more if you go and put in a MasterCard. It's pretty cool. 0 point energy. That doesn't sound good. A lot of drinks that you order will just explode the instant they are sent out into the open air. After an investigation team was sent to inspect site data redacted, everything within a 30-meter radius of a strange energy orb was missing. It seemed to be a singularity. It eventually demagnetized and collapsed. Foundation personnel are still unsure as to the cause of the event. I'm also kind of unsure. Ooh, this loading screen. I've been meaning to show this actually, and I'm very glad that I remembered just now. You notice the face off to the left of the cowbell? That's freaking cool. I love that. You can actually order eye drops from this thing. And believe it or not, it works. Except, of course, you're drinking it, which is not ideal, if I may show. Liquid tastes awful. Maybe it wasn't meant to be used orally, but look at that. Oh my god, we're coughing. Our blink meter is still slowed, so it has the same effect. Not that we need it anymore, because our 173 is gone, so blinking won't do anything, but you know. Cup of fear. I forgot it had that sound. Have we heard that sound effect? That's supposed to be one of the sound effects that plays whenever you walk up to 173 after not seeing him for a while. But I don't know if we ever heard that sound effect. There it is, I guess. Too spooky for me. Nine-tailed fox discovered the body of D9341 near the cafeteria at Sector Redacted. Tests concluded the cause of death was a cardiac arrest, presumably related to 294. How about the opposite? Would happiness be the opposite of fear? I'm not completely sure. Would it be the opposite of anger? You decide. Overwhelming sense of happiness takes you over. Your heart is pounding like crazy. Yay! I love this place. This place is so cool. I love the cafeteria here. Look, we even... Can't even be happy in this world. Discovered the body of D9341 after the incident. The victim apparently had an abnormally large smile on his face. Further tests concluded the cause of death was heart attack, but the cause of the heart attack is still undetermined. Hydrofluoric acid! Yeah. I like how hydrofluoric acid was too long for the name of the item. It was just hydrofluoric AC. Found dead. Autopsy reveals that severe acid burns are present within the digestive system. The amount of death messages, amount of detail put into the death messages for this single SCP alone just amazes me. I love it. They did not have to go this far, but they did, and that's freaking cool. This one's kind of a weird one. Cup of Jorge. I think. Jorge? Is that how you pronounce that? You feel as though someone is expecting you. That normally plays a different sound. Drinking that will heal you, and also it's normally supposed to play a weird sound effect. Ah, it didn't load it. Okay, it's whatever sound effect that is. I'll find it for you all, hopefully.
3-9 is not scary once you realize running around doesn't alert them.
Wait, what was that? Sorry? I just heard a very bizarre noise.
Yeah, sometimes if a sound doesn't play, the game will just say, I didn't load that, sorry. Cup of Knowledge. I think many of these drinks are actually on the original article, so if you're interested, read that. I think I've decided, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through my entire list of cups to drink. I'm just only going to go through a little bit because I don't want this video to be too long. That's for the finale. The finales are always long. I need SCP-079's help if I want to go through Gate B, or a distraction of some kind to go through Gate A. That's slightly outdated text, but we'll get more into that later. I didn't even say what cup this was. What cup is this? Oh, lava. That was a pretty important thing to say. Take a look at it. Ooh, it's bright. And, yeah. I think I picked up a cup as I was falling over. Subject 29341 was found dead within the victim's organs, or found dead with the victim's organs and within the victim's organs. Like, what the hell? What victim? Suffering numerous fourth-degree burns and traces of molten igneous rock in the stomach. A polystyrene cup was also located next to the subject body. Cause of death is also most likely linked to redacted. I'd like to hear about the cause of death for the other guys in this game. It's most likely that the cause of death for other Class Ds is just got killed by 173, got killed by 106. It's probably nothing interesting. There's 2 more drinks I want to do for now before I end. One of them is a cup of life, because I could swear that this one got changed. In an older version of the game, this would heal you, but I don't think it does anymore. Does it? Cup of life. Like a voice shouts, "You must not! The jewel holds my life force!" So it's a reference to something, yeah, and then it kills you. So I think what's weird is that the INI file for every 294 drink, there's also no death message for it, said that would actually heal you still. But it's wrong, it doesn't. It is worth noting that every single SCP-294 drink is stored in scp-294.ini right in the game files. You can go and read about every single drink you can get and like what all the different effects are if you want to. If you also understand their format there. It's pretty easy to understand though, and they even have a guy at the top telling you what all the things mean, so it's pretty cool. The last one I'd like to show off for now before we end. Memes. Me gusta this drink XD le epic taste. This game's from 2012, alright. Well, that was fun, but I got a load of other drinks to go through and a load of other topics to cover in relation to this, so I think I'll save that all for the finale video, which will hopefully be the next video. Next time on SCP Containment Breach, I'm planning to finish the game, since we've uncovered basically the entire facility. We've been everywhere in this place. Now all that's left is to find a way out, and also cover every last topic that I have yet to cover in this game. Thank you all for watching, if you did. And as always, I will see you all in the future.